Today we will try an analogy to see if we can better explain the concepts of emotional compartments and confirmation bias. Imagine that you own a radio that has different programs during the day, but there is one program that you particularly love. You actually wake up and the first thing you think about is your program because they play the most lovely music. You don't know if they will actually do so today, but you have a strong experience that they do, and even when they mostly play mediocre songs, you just brush it off as a fluke. You have a very strong positive confirmation bias. Now, over time, the program hosts change, and there is more and more music that you don't like. You look less forward to listening to the program, and you even start getting annoyed when they play songs you dislike. You start developing a negative confirmation bias, and now even start looking out for and expecting the bad songs. Sometimes these songs give you a headache, and you start to fear the very idea of listening. Man, they even played some heavy metal the other day. This leads you to always keep your hand on the volume knob, ready to turn it down at the slightest hint of a bad song. It is a very annoying volume knob, though, because it contains a spring, so you have to actively secure the knob to keep the volume down. This fits very well to what neurologically happens in the brain, where the brain has to constantly send GABA via a neural pathway to inhibit the bad emotions. The downside with holding the volume knob down is that now you miss most of the good songs, because you don't really register when they start. You start getting so used to turning and holding the volume knob down that it becomes a habit. Your negative confirmation bias is now so strong that you just assume it will be a bad program and turn it down immediately as it starts. This corresponds to the neural pathways. The neutral network corresponding to an emotional compartment becomes strong and established, and turning down the volume is now habitual. It costs you so much energy for no avail, so you just feel like getting rid of the radio. You have emotionally disassociated from the program as you never hear any of the good music and have strong confirmation bias towards the contraire. You want to throw away the radio or move it to another room, but your kid loves the kids' program, so that is not an option. Now imagine that the program hosts are gradually replaced with better hosts playing all the great music you used to love and even new songs that really match your style. Over a long period, you got glimpses of these new songs in the program, even though you still immediately went and turned down the volume. But it is like the program has turned up the volume because you now need to use even more energy to hold it down, and despite all your effort, you can't help but hear snippets of these really nice songs. This creates immense frustration because you are spending so much energy actively turning down the volume knob and securing it, and all the music you are hearing is actually really nice. But the reminder of the bad music and the terrible all-day headaches just makes you not want to risk it. This is the strong cognitive dissonance in the brain. The cognitive dissonance becomes unbearable. To make it stop, you decide you need to get rid of the radio for good. In a desperate, final attempt to justify your pain, you call the radio program and tell them that you are never going to become a listener again because of the terrible heavy metal they play. It is over for good. To your huge surprise, the radio program host is quite confused, but very happy to report that they made a decision a year ago to never ever again play heavy metal due to complaints. Your confirmation bias and emotional compartment are shattered. The confirmation bias doesn't fit with reality, but you still require a long time to slowly start trusting again. And if the program then were to play a heavy metal song, just by mistake one day, then the walls of the emotional compartment would immediately come up again, and you would throw out the radio for good.